Hello, welcome to this week's edition of By No Means a Chef. I'm your host, Monique. This week I have with me my very good friend, Asandi, but I call her Connors, so that's what we'll probably be calling her throughout this segment. And she's going to bring to us a nice Italian dish this week. Asandi, what do you call this?
This dish is called A Taste of Italy, and some of our ingredients are shrimp. These are frozen wild caught. I purchased these from Kroger, but you can buy them from wherever you want. I already thawed these out, so you can just thaw them out overnight in the refrigerator, or you can run them under cold water. We also have marinated mozzarella, or you can buy fresh mozzarella and add your own olive oil and Italian seasonings. Then we have fresh basil, cherry tomatoes, or you can just buy whole tomatoes and cut them. And we're going to be using some fresh garlic cloves, as well as whole wheat pasta, or you can use gluten-free pasta or traditional pasta. And we have sea salt and Italian seasoning, and of course, because it's an Italian dish, extra virgin olive oil.
This is going to be good. All right, let's get cooking. All right, Connor, so we're at the stove and we're cooking. Tell the folks what you're doing here.
So I'm sauteing this raw shrimp. I'm adding some ground pepper, also some sea salt, or you can use kosher salt, whichever you prefer. And I'm seasoning to taste. I'm an aggressive seasoner, so I tend to use a lot of seasoning. This is the Italian seasoning that I'm adding. And also some onion powder. And some garlic powder. Even though we're going to be adding fresh garlic, I love garlic, so I add garlic powder as well. So this is not going to take long to cook. So I'm going to add half a box of the spaghetti, just break it in half. The water was already boiling.
Did you say whether or not you put salt or oil or anything in the water?
I do not add oil, but I did add some sea salt.
Okay. All right, so question of the day. How do you know when shrimp is done cooking?
So I determine it by the color of the shrimp will change. So you'll see it become more pink. And you can tell once you put it in, it looks a little more raw, but this is pretty much done.
All right, folks, so we're back with Asandi's Taste of Italy. And this is the part where she puts it all together and the magic happens. So go ahead and walk us through it.
So we have our fresh garlic chopped up in here, and then we're going to add probably to start about 2 tablespoons of olive oil. We may add some more later. And then we're going to, you can use a colander if you choose to, but
this is some old By No Means a Chef.
By No Means
stuff
a
right
Chef,
here. Yeah.
and you in a hurry, and there's fewer dishes to wash.
There you go.
So we're just going to put the pasta in there. Drain as much water as you can.
Where'd you learn this dish, or is this something that you just kind of put together?
I think I just pulled it together. I typically only eat it during the spring or the summer, so I thought it would be great for this time of year as we are affirming that spring is fast approaching. It's a light dish, so I really like to drink it with red wine, and it's great and it's easy and it's light, so it's just you can enjoy it on your patio or your deck, or have a nice romantic candlelight dinner. It's so easy to prepare. And the pasta makes it pretty filled. So we have most of our pasta out, and then we're going to add our cooked shrimp. And so you could drain this if you wanted to, but I'm using a slotted spoon, so I just want to put the shrimp in there. And it smells really good. Too bad y'all can't smell it.
It does smell good.
So then next we have the marinated mozzarella, and again, you can buy fresh mozzarella and just marinate it yourself with Italian herbs or whatever you like, salt and pepper. And so literally all I do is just pour some of this in here. And this is olive oil, so this will also help coat. So I'll just pour a little bit of that. And you will get your hands dirty. I forgot to mention that earlier.
This one is good though, isn't it?
And so you can just add as much. I think this is a 12-ounce container, but I love cheese, so I'm adding a lot. We're going to add all of it. Then next we'll add our cherry tomatoes. And again, there's no measurement to this is just what you like. If you wanted to, you could chop these up in half. It's just your personal preference. But since we're making quick meals, we're not doing that.
And I did witness that she did rinse the tomatoes off before she put them in there.
Yes, I did. And I also rinsed the basil. And you could chop this, or what we're gonna do is just tear it. Put that in.
You don't put the stems in, do you?
I don't put this part in,
Okay, that's
but
all.
yeah, the rest of it,
Okay.
I just put it in there. And one great benefit of this is if you have a garden, or even if you do an indoor herb garden, and you can just go in your backyard instead of going to the store, it might be an incentive to do that. And it's easy to do a herb garden. You'd be surprised once you have fresh herbs how often you use them.
It's really pretty looking at all the colors come together in a dish.
Yeah, it looks like an Italian flag.
I'll move the pots out of the way so you guys can get a good view of it.
And again, if you chop this, it'll be a little finer, smaller pieces, but we just want to
That basil smells so good.
And we'll add a little bit more salt. And again, this is seasoned to taste. And of course, some more Italian seasoning, even though there is some in the marinated mozzarella. And then you just dig your hands in. And you can serve this warm, or you can serve it room temperature. That's another great thing that I like about it. So the heat from the pasta will begin to wilt the basil and also somewhat melt the mozzarella.
All right, folks, so here we are with the finished product. We have Taste of Italy by Connors is what I'm calling it. So we're gonna give this a try. So bear with me. Eat with me, Connors? I can definitely see why you say this is a great meal for like the summertime, because it is nice and light, especially with a glass of wine. I'm not a huge shrimp eater, but this is really, really good. The Italian flavor really comes out with the mozzarella cheese. It's really, really good. So folks, as always, go to the website, check it out, try it out. Give me a email, shoot me a Facebook note. Let me know how it works out for you. Other than that, by all means, go to the website, check out some of the other recipes, and join us next week. Thanks for joining us.